it's not unusual to listen to today's episode. Me and Will talk about the ketogenic diet, depression, and me getting punched in the face in front of a subway. Cool stuff. Follow us on the social media pages, Instagram and Facebook. We have Facebook now, so you can see what we're up to if you actually care. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. That'd be really helpful. So enjoy the episode.
That sounds like a Sunkist commercial or something. make some. It's all about fun.
You could have at least used Fanta or something like that.
Yeah, something
a
actually.
proper brand. Fuck Sunkist, dude.
Solo's like one of the hard, markets their products so fucking hard.
They do. It looks so like delicious in the ads.
Yeah.
Thirst quenching. The whole thirst quenching thing.
Yeah. It gets me.
As opposed to like you could just drink some water and you'd.
Yeah, because when they actually tell me that what I'm going to drink is going to quench my thirst, I'm like, sign me up.
Yeah.
Fucking, I'm done.
And it does initially. Like it's like, oh.
But it's an empty quench, isn't it?
Yeah, afterwards though, you get the sugary aftertaste, you know, and you're like, it's the opposite.
You have to live with potentially having diabetes.
Yeah, exactly. From that.
Which from by all accounts is not fun.
You seen that ad with the fat guy, that fat cunt, grabs a Coke from the fridge from a convenience store.
Oh, and
walks
it's like
outside, he pinches his gut and they go inside. It's all the
and
fucking
it's like fucked
subcutaneous fat.
I actually, organs. If the advert wasn't about the toxic fat around your organs, I wouldn't know. Like from looking at that graphic of inside his body that was bad. I'd be like, oh yes,
really? It's all yellow and like
he's good. I mean, yeah, but as far as my knowledge is concerned, that could be like totally fine. Like, it could just be what it's supposed to look like.
Levels.
Yeah, those levels are sweet.
How do I sound in your cans?
Sound pretty good. Sound pretty good in the cans. Yeah. Yeah. See, I wouldn't know if he didn't pinch himself, but like jumped for joy and was like, "Yoo!"
Have you pressed recording on the cameras?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, we'll start.
We'll start now.
Later after I do the.
Yeah. Oh, we don't even need to do that anymore.
What? I think it's just ritual now. I think. It gets me going, you know, just to go. Hey!
There was a bit of clapping going on at the World Cup last night.
Were you there in Russia?
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
I just got back.
Shit, dude.
I left at halftime. I thought we'd got this. I'm going to head off. I'll beat the crowd, get to the airport.
Beat the crowd.
Yeah. Get to Kazan.
Beat the crowd at the gate.
International Airport.
Kazan. I've never heard of Kazan in my life.
Yeah. And then overnight to Singapore. And then final straight back into Perth.
This will date the episode, but yeah, last night in Australia.
Yeah.
Lost to France, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't really care. Everyone else was disappointed, but I didn't really care.
I've emotionally disconnected from being a supporter of
Australian soccer.
Yeah.
Australian football.
Because it's pretty disappointing. I don't want to, no, they did well. I don't want to cast a negative.
We have players like Trent Sainsbury. That's the name of an elite soccer player.
Yeah, that if there ever was a name.
Trent
Sainsbury.
Shouts out Trent.
Yeah. There was some sweet chants last night. There's a player called Aaron Moy.
I've heard of him, yeah. He's like the best player in the team.
Yeah, he's solid.
It.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then everyone
he's got no hair.
Come on, the Moy. Yeah, I don't know what he did. He used to have this beautiful.
Do you know what he did? Like had an accident or something.
Well, I mean, he obviously could have, but I don't know why he did it because he had this beautiful like bleach blonde.
Oh, really?
Like head of hair,
like surfer hair.
And then he was like, "Oh, how can I test how much women will still like me because I've got money and I'm a good footballer?" And he's like, "Oh,
if I just erase
shave my head off
all of that stuff."
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, he just wiped away any semblance of attractiveness, and he's probably still.
It's a liberating feeling when you shave your head.
Bed. Yeah, you did it.
Yeah, I did twice.
Yeah,
not like full on like skinhead, but pretty close to the bone.
close to the bone.
Yeah.
Took a bit
The
of skin
skull
off as
bone.
well.
Yeah. Got close to my skull.
I did it in year 8 for the Shave for a Cure. Someone was like, you should do it. And I was like, I'm going to like forfeit my own like beliefs on this issue and just like do what you're telling me to do. And I did it. And then I was like, why the fuck did I do that?
For good cause. You got a weird head?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a weird ass head.
That sucks when you shave your head and you realise, oh, I'm like a half-eaten jelly bean.
Yeah. But no part of me wanted to do that. Someone was just like, you should do it. And then I like literally, and it wasn't just like a momentary thing because I had to spend the week like raising money and then committing and like stuff. So that pressure externally like stayed with me for an entire week.
Yeah.
And not a single fiber of my body wanted to do it. How fucked up is that? How impressionable am I that for a whole week I was like, fucking like Jeremy said I should do it. Can I have some money?
He did do it. Have you ever done the chocolate, the chocolate charity thing? You have to sell chocolates,
I'd see people
but you
doing
have to
that.
buy them first.
I saw people doing that and I was like, fuck, I need to get on that. I need a box of chocolates just around me so that I can have like shitty discipline and just eat them all.
You end up just having to have your parents buy it all.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, wow, this is real charity. It's great. I'm really making a difference. Selling Freddos to my parents.
They probably love it at the private schools though. Get those fucking kids. Get them all hooked on the idea of a box of chocolates. Parents will bail them out. It'll be all good.
It's fucked that they have to involve sugar in the matter.
Yeah. Why can't we...
Why does sugar have to be involved in charity?
Yeah, why can't they just have a box of fucking like cauliflower?
It's disgusting.
I'd go for that. There was a period when...
I love cauliflower, dude.
Yeah, the Spud Shed weren't stocking
love
cauliflower
dude.
for like 3 weeks. And I was like, fuck. Because that's
Did
what
you protest?
That's when I... that's when I realized I could make mash out of it. And I was like, this is the best thing ever. I'm going to do
With
this every
cheese,
day.
yeah.
Yeah, and then they fucking got rid of the cauliflower. So I was
They
just...
had broccoli.
I was dry. Yeah, they had
not
broccoli.
the
I was
same,
going
though.
hard. Yeah, I was going
the same.
hard on the broccoli, but... And even sweet potato mash isn't quite the same.
Are you still on that train? Avoiding the carbs?
Not as solidly.
But still not fully back into the demonically
Probably
possessed, just smashing down.
not as bad. Not as bad, but I think I had to go back because like I was actually losing a lot of weight. I was like shedding weight on the keto. I was like, oh, fuck.
Like heaps of water weight.
Yeah. I dropped. I felt skinny. My frame looked a bit like fucking malnourished, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Eee." So I kind of like went back onto the carbs a bit just to kind of put on some
'Cause you
kilos.
probably weren't doing any like weight training or anything.
Yeah, I was just like, I wasn't eating nearly enough, so I need to sort of build a better diet plan and be more disciplined, and then give it another shot. And I want to because I felt like fucking God.
Yeah, I was about to
on
say,
that. I was like,
yeah. Mentally, you probably felt like on point.
I was sharp. And it was crazy. I'd wake up in the morning, no like lethargy or glugginess when I woken up. It was like my alarm goes off, and I was like, "Shut the fuck up, let's do this."
Yeah, when I was doing
Straight
keto,
into
like
it.
properly, like chronic, like
Yeah.
all day, like nutritionally, like having like less than 20 grams of carbs a day, not
Yeah.
even at night. Yeah, I'd wake up and just be like immediately ready to go. No, no grogginess. Like always, you like wake up and you're like, oh, that's
You're just like, okay, let's go.
because you
Let's
just
do some
woke up.
stuff.
That's how it works. But yeah,
Yeah, zero grog. So if anyone listening, we're talking about the ketogenic diet,
yeah,
which is like very minimal carbs, high fat, and moderate protein.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So
mostly about the elimination of the carbs. That's the main part.
yeah, I felt like mentally sharp, waking up, no lethargy, straight into it. Energy, like just abundance of energy, like all day. There was no like lag or any periods of the day where I was like even on a busy full on day, which was for that period of time that I was doing the keto diet, most of my days were pretty busy and full on. If it's study or work or the podcast or whatever, we were going hard. There's no moments at all where I was like, "Ooh, just need to slow down a bit."
Yeah,
Like, I'm just a
makes you
bit
really
tired here.
resilient during the day if you're just doing like general things.
Yeah,
Running errands and stuff. You have to do like a heavy workout. Maybe it won't go so well.
Yeah,
Unless you really like
that's one thing I
train
didn't
properly
push.
for that.
I mean,
Yeah,
the work that I was doing was pretty like labor intensive. So I was still getting quite an intense outlet of like thingy, but well, actually, yeah, because during that period, there was a few days where I was doing like 10-hour days of like just predominantly just lifting constantly.
Yeah.
And even then I felt fucking baller. I was like, God, like it's silly that I could even feel this way. This is crazy. And then actually I appreciate it even more so, realizing I was losing weight, this isn't good, realizing I probably wasn't taking in enough
in general
calories, just to maintain my weight or even keep increasing my weight. So I realized I needed to like reconfigure the diet and then come back and give it another crack and have like a plethora of like recipes that I can like draw on and like just be more disciplined about making sure that I'm eating and getting in, hitting my calorie intakes and stuff. But yeah, when I switched back onto more carbs, the glugginess set back in, and I'm currently experiencing that, and it sucks ass.
Maybe you should try just having the carbs at night.
Yeah.
So then you wake up fasted. I come into this fasted just so I'm sharp.
Yeah.
On the ball.
On the fucking ball.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pulling references from the back of my head.
Yeah. What do they call it when Ben Greenfield was talking about this? Actually, to Tim Ferriss, he was talking about it's like a kind of like a hybrid.
Google those people.
Yeah. It's like a hybrid ketogenic diet where he was eating carbs in the evenings and then what was it?
Because you're
was
more
a name for it,
insulin
though.
sensitive, I think, in the evening.
Yeah.
So you use it
There was like a
more
name for
efficient
that
with it.
way of doing it.
Cyclical ketogenic diet.
Yeah, cyclical keto.
Targeted ketogenic diet too. So there's different ones where you can like use carbs as a tool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, in a kind of weird way, I think it would be easier to maintain my weight if I was doing a fasted ketogenic diet, because the biggest issue I had,
diet.
Yeah, which sounds counterintuitive, but I think the reason I think that I could maintain my weight better than just an ordinary ketogenic diet would be because the problem was that with work and things and during the day, I wasn't finding the time to sit down and eat enough.
Yeah.
But if I had like an 8-hour feeding window,
you would
I would set aside like an hour just to sit down and eat. You know, instead of having to sit down for 20 minutes 3 times a day or something like that, or whatever, 15 minutes, have 4 meals or whatever. Just sit down for an hour and just be like, this plate, this is my calorie intake, or this is one of 2 significant meals in this 8-hour window, and just get it done.
Yeah.
And
I
find
do that.
the time.
I do that every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I find that you're still never hungry.
Yeah.
In that 16-hour period. And it doesn't matter how much I eat within that 8-hour period. I'll still like wake up the next day after the 16 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'll still be like same body fat or like, same amount of water weight, etc. Yeah. It's just like all went to energy.
Yeah.
Caveat, not everyone works like that, but
yeah.
Yeah. And also it's a great feeling to have like 2 meals of the day and like they're both like massive. Like a roast.
And the cool thing is
roast
that
veggies and like
if it's a ketogenic diet, you don't need to worry about like thinking like, oh, if I sit down and have a big meal now, it's gonna flatten me. I'm gonna be like shitty and tired.
Out.
If you did that with a carb heavy meal, you'd be fucking destroyed. You'd probably fall asleep.
That's why it's better to have it at night.
Yeah.
If I eat rice or anything like that, nighttime.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like a lullaby. Eating a big plate of rice.
Sweet, gluggy, steaming hot lullaby. That's my kind of lullaby, man.
Yeah.
I'm a rice whore. I fucking eat so much of that shit.
You're a rice whore.
I haven't had rice since I've gone back to carbohydrates though.
Really?
Yeah. Not like that's another thing about the cravings. They were pretty much gone. So going back to carbs, there wasn't anything I was particularly like stoked about getting to eat. I was like, oh, like I'll have a pizza, but I'm not just like, oh fuck, I want a pizza so bad.
What a liberating feeling it is though to not be chained down. Because I used to always like your thought process throughout the day is like from one thing to another. Like it was like, oh, what am I going to eat now? Oh, I have to eat. Like you have to set aside time in the morning for breakfast and shit. But it's so good to just be like, I could just go like the whole day and not even worry about it.
Yeah.
And not because there's always such an anxiety
Yeah.
oh, when am I going to get food? You couldn't like enjoy the moment of what you were doing because you're like, oh,
Like you're
kind
kind of tethered to that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm fucking hungry.
Oh, I've got to make sure I have some food before I go out because I want to get a chance to eat for the next 8 hours.
Just that shattering
Fuck
in your
it.
brain.
Yeah. It
No.
distracts you too. Yeah. It distracts you from what you're doing, what you're trying to think about. That's probably another big element of the mental sharpness that you get from keto.
Although it's kind of backfired because now I think some days I think about food more
Yeah, right.
because I'm like trying to get the best nutrients.
Yeah.
Sometimes I can work myself into a tizzy that way.
Yeah. I think that's
Thinking about, am I getting the best type of vegetables?
yeah. That's that can snowball that kind of thinking because there's so much.
I kind of love it though, getting obsessive about that shit.
Yeah. It's better to be thinking about it like that than to be just like emotionally thinking about food. Like I'm just craving. I just want a pizza or some garlic bread.
Am I getting the right micronutrients right now?
Yeah. That's definitely a better thing to be thinking about. I'm so like, I'm stoked that I did the keto for the time that I did. And 100% I want to orientate myself and get myself ready to do it again and virtually probably never go back to any other. It's like carb heavy diet. It's just unreal how it made me feel like. And if people like are suffering from like feeling lethargic during the day, or they're working a job that's stressful or high intensity, and they feel like they're not getting the best out of themselves, or there's so many reasons why you might want to try the keto diet, but just check it out and see if it's good for you. And they always say like talk to your doctor and stuff, which fuck that. I didn't do that. Throw caution to the wind.
They probably don't know anything about it. So
yeah.
Talk to your doctor.
Most of the information, if you're good, you can get it online.
Your doctor did probably like, I don't know, like a few weeks on nutrition.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if they're gonna. I don't know if they're keeping up with it.
Most of them probably don't care.
No.
They just want to like cut people open and do shit.
Cut people open.
I don't know. It totally. These are borrowed words, but it does. You're like this diet and any diet that's like generally considered pretty good. And the way that I looked at it was coming from. I didn't have any like reservations about getting onto the keto diet because I knew that pretty much any kind of strict diet would be better than what I was currently doing. I knew that. So I was like, let's just give this a go. And I've got enough of a knowledge base to know that the perceived benefits, like if I do actually experience them, like this is good. I want this. And I experienced virtually all the benefits that were discussed in a lot of the research that I did. So I think there is something of substance there, like just on a personal, anecdotal level. But borrowed words, but it totally transforms your life experience. Like your thoughts become like inherently positive and just feed off each other. You have so much energy. Things, that like the difference in your day can be as simple as like we tend to just put shit off. Like we just like little tasks that we do. We just like, I'll do it later. It always comes from a place of feeling tired or foggy or this and that. It just virtually wipes that away. And suddenly you're just doing things and you don't even feel in control, but in a good way. Like you're just moving towards positive things that you're doing. So then when you've got that kind of
the energy
foundation, for your life, it's like, as long as you're making good decisions about what you're applying yourself to, then the ketogenic diet I felt was a buffer and a support to give me the energy and the framework to satisfy those goals and ambitions. And it was just like crazy.
Yeah. I think it's a good thing to be able to get the most energy into your day with the least amount of effort.
Yeah.
And in the least toxic way, like not smashing coffee all day.
Yeah.
Not constantly like getting sugar hits. Just be able to just chug through, not eating, etc.
That was one change that I made, sort of because of your influence as well, was like virtually.
I'm an influencer.
Cutting sugar out of my diet.
Yeah.
Entirely. And that has had a profound impact.
Because it's so unnecessary, isn't it?
Because I did that that was the most significant and like isolated dietary change that I made.
Yeah.
Long before the keto. That was about 2-3 months before I started keto. I was just like, pretty much all other factors held the same, literally, in terms of what I was eating as well as my level of exercise and activities that I was doing. Removed sugar, and that just had like a significantly positive impact.
Yeah, that's why I kind of hate the term diet, because then people see the word diet and are like, oh, it's just a fad.
Yeah,
but it's like there's key principles that matter. So it's like getting rid of refined sugars.
Yeah.
Getting rid of heavy carbohydrates when you don't even need it. So not eating when you don't need to eat. You know, if you're not doing a heavy workout that day, you don't really need to eat a whole lot of meat.
Yeah.
You can just have like avocados, etc. Not on toast.
Yeah, no.
You know. So key principles, just vegetables every day.
Yeah.
More than a cup of vegetables.
It's a really bizarre diet to adjust to as well, because the things that you're eating are just so like way out of the ballpark from any sort of semblance of what we consider to be a normal diet.
Yeah. But we're the weird ones.
Yeah.
Because how long has I don't know, Nutri-Grain been around?
Yeah.
What the fuck is Nutri-Grain?
Oh, it's astounding how many breakfast cereals are just trash.
Tip-top white bread.
Yeah.
It is crazy once you change your relationship with food.
Yeah.
It completely changes. Your life changes. You're like, oh, I was just like in a malaise before, just eating whatever was there, not even thinking about it.
And it has a knock-on effect.
It's so weird.
Everything. How
often in nature does an animal have to like consider the food they eat? Like, oh, I shouldn't eat that. That's gonna flare up my skin, or I'm gonna get a bit pudgy. They just eat what's in front of them, and it's generally just good for them.
Yeah,
we're in a strange dilemma, aren't we? That we've kind of removed ourselves from nature.
Yeah, that has had so many effects on so many different facets of modern life.
We have to like really like analyze what we're eating.
Yeah,
what a crazy thing, for an animal to do.
I heard a really interesting take on the flat earthers, like a sort of a observation of flat earthers.
Yeah.
And it was like, we live in a society now where we've taken this is the words that we use. We've taken the wolves off the streets.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we've created a society where it's safe for people
relatively safe,
everyone to thrive more or less, or significantly more than in the past, where you know, where it really was like if you were weak, it was like you're gonna struggle, buddy. You're gonna struggle. And so what we've got now is we've got a bunch of like fucking idiots like that have been allowed to kind of rise up, and then you throw the internet in there and it's just an absolute
they all
disaster.
Have a voice. They can all make YouTube videos.
And so you've got these people
Everyone
that
has Premiere Pro.
Probably like really, if you look at the history of humanity, like for the majority of it wouldn't have survived. You've got these guys around on the internet running their mouths talking about how the earth's flat.
Yeah, maybe glorified monkeys shouldn't have to understand the fabric of reality and our place in the universe. Some should. Stephen Hawking, I'll listen to him.
Yeah,
but the rest of the tribe, I don't know.
Jim Jeffries always had like a really good metaphor for it. And he like sort of talked about how you'd have like a train and there's like carriages, and like at the front you've got like the scientists and engineers and people that are sort of really breaking down like at the frontier of human knowledge. And,
kind of like Snowpiercer.
Yeah, and then and then you go back and you've got like, I don't know, people that maybe, you know, still highly intelligent, but serve like very sort of senior, you know, leadership positions in humanity and have like benefits from that point of view, you know, influencers and people that give the masses kind of direction and stuff like that. I think that was the second carriage in this metaphor.
Yeah.
And then the third was maybe just like the laborers and the blue collar workers and stuff. Was it blue collar laborers? I don't know. Blue or white collar.
Blue I haven't heard the beat, so.
Yeah. So you've got those guys, and then at the very back, you've got like all the religious nuts and like the flat earthers and like the people who are just like slowing us down. And so the idea is that if you could just like that carriage is like packed full, and there's just so many of those people. Like, and as you work your way back from the front of the train, the carriages are more significantly heavier. Like you've got like a small percentile that are like the scientists and engineers, and then the leaders, and then the general labor force, and then these religious nuts, and just the sort of scraping the bottom of the bucket. And it's like could you if you remove that last carriage, we'd just be able to move so much quicker.
Or
not
you
suggesting
improve the
genocide.
communication between the first carriage and the last carriage.
Yeah,
because they feel like an other to that first carriage, so they want to like go against what the first carriage is doing. And they feel like they're immediately defensive against the things that the first carriage says to them, because they're like, we never see you, we never talk to you, we can't understand you from all the way up in the first carriage.
That's it.
If you came down to the last carriage,
come down,
maybe
do a podcast with Will and Lockie and let us understand what you're talking about. That's
if you
what
let go of that last carriage, then that's on your consciousness. You let go of that carriage.
Yeah. We're not into that. We're more civilized.
We're keeping the carriages.
We're keeping the carriages. We're just going to try and disseminate information better.
That's why I've been thinking, like, even if I don't want to dwell too much on this topic, but because it's a Trump topic.
Okay.
I'm trying to talk about him that often. But if he gets impeached, or when he doesn't win the next election, or he's assassinated.
God forbid.
God forbid, yeah.
So what happens?
Silence means a lot there. What happens when that happens, what happens to all the people that voted for him? Because they don't disappear.
They moved to Argentina.
They don't disappear, do they? What happens to them? Do you know what I mean?
Well, if he gets assassinated...
There was a whole energy behind that campaign.
Yeah.
And they've buried themselves so deep now. Like, what happens to that side now? Do you
have
to and assimilate back? Like what?
All these people came out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
And now that he's at the front of it, they're like, I feel like these kind of people in the beginning, they were like sort of in the cracks, like, oh yeah, like Trump's going to run. That's cool. We'll see how this goes. And then they're sort of watching. And then as he sort of went through all the different stages and he was getting closer and closer to possibly becoming the president, they're like, yeah. And then he gets president and they're like, fuck yeah, let's build a wall. Let's do it. Yeah. And then if he gets out, they're just like,
where's that energy go?
Okay.
Yeah, where does that energy go?
I mean, we got all these bricks now. We're just we'll just build houses for the poor. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting because the idea doesn't die. What happens to it?
Yeah, it changes, and you got to be careful of what it changes into.
If he got assassinated, that's crazy.
Oh my!
Do you think the leader of that kind of like all these different ideologies gets assassinated, and particularly one that's a little bit sort of more like I guess you could say it's probably a bit more radical. Most people would.
The simulation is already off the hinges, man.
If he got assassinated, people would. I think it would get a bit crazy, man.
Yeah.
People would flare up. These kind of people that have
flare up
slowly come out and started becoming more like confident in their ideals because they're seeing this guy who's like.
Can you imagine the memes
in the media like that? Oh man. That's what it always comes down to.
The memes.
That I'm actually kind of hoping that this whole meme thing kind of dies down.
I remember listening to Terence McKenna lectures and he talked about memes in the 90s.
But he referred to it as something.
In a more of an intellectual way, I guess. He was like, they're the smallest condensation of an idea. So it's like a really easy way to communicate like complex ideas.
Yeah.
I guess.
That I feel like there's kind of like the theory behind like internet virality kind of sort of ties into that. Like if you can take complex ideas and like refine them down to something that's that can be communicated. What would I have used there? Communicable?
Communicable, that's a word.
Yeah. But that could be communicated to the masses.
Yeah, because the
it's going
internet
to take off like wildfire.
Information is so quick fire. It's so easy to communicate.
Yeah.
That memes have become just a picture or words, I guess.
Or
an entire presidency.
It has mass appeal because it's like
it's infiltrating reality. The memes.
I think Einstein said something about
memes.
Or sort of, not really about memes, but it applies. And it was like something along the lines of.
Did Einstein play fork knife?
Like if your theory can't be very strong if it can't be communicated to someone with like a.
Yeah.
How did he say it? It's basically saying like, if you can't communicate your true, true intelligence or true genius comes from being able to communicate complex theories to someone of like a year 10 level of education or a year 12 level or someone.
Because then that knowledge is just kept with you.
Yeah.
And the other intellectual elite.
So memes are the work of geniuses is what I would conclude.
So maybe the memes, the key to communicating to that fourth carriage.
Yeah, just throw some memes down there. Get a frog, put it on a unicycle. There you go. That's a theory of relativity.
That frog one didn't quite work out, did it?
No.
The Pepe the frog. That didn't quite work out. You never see that one around too often, do you?
No.
Yeah, they kind of twisted that one.
What's
Fucking Nazis.
What's the latest? What's the latest and greatest right now?
Memes? I have no idea, man.
I'm out of the loop.
I'm out. Apart from shit memes. I don't have anything on Facebook or anything like that, so.
What a world,
It got toxic, dude.
Yeah. How
Just friends tagging other friends in memes.
It's all that Facebook has been deduced down to now. And Mark Zuckerberg's just like, fuck. Because a lot of people turn away from it. Facebook's like a boneyard now. When I go on there, I'm just like, because I think I'm getting back into that whole like mass scrolling shit. So I just need to dial it back.
Dude, come on.
Yeah, no, I need to dial it back.
Just unfollow everything.
I
you don't
pretty
have to unfriend people. This
is my quandary with unfollowing people, right?
Let me influence you.
Yeah. No, it's worked. Like I have unfollowed a lot of people, but what happens is as I unfollow people, I said this to some friends the other night, as I unfollow people, because I'm refining that list of people that I'm following down, there's always like some shit cunts that come out of the woodwork and I start seeing them like because I didn't unfollow them. So, and when that list gets smaller, it's like it expands what I see in my newsfeed. So I see just these
you see more of the worst.
Just fucking some of these basic bitches tagging each other and like really the worst shit. And I'm like, I have to go through and do it again. But every single time I do it, it just gets worse.
Sometimes I get physical reactions.
I don't know where it's going. Yeah, it's shuddering or something. Yeah. Like, and sometimes it's on the level of like, this is basic shit. Why did you even waste your time tagging someone? And it's like, no. And sometimes it's all more of an appreciative thing for the meme and going like that thing did the rounds like 2 years ago.
What's an example?
How'd you not know?
Like, oh my God, dogs. Oh my God, pizza is life.
Yeah. You know, the things that fuck me the most is like tag a friend, like the ones that have like your date of like month of birth.
Oh, right.
And then it's like, or the ones that have like, I don't know, like SpongeBob characters and then like a little description and people just tag each other like, you're this. It's like, you're just connecting people with like arbitrary
It's like shit your grandparents would send via email 10 years ago. Yeah. It's full circle.
It bugs me because it's like, I look at that and go, nah, I'm fucking never tagging anyone in that shit. Like I rarely do that. But it bugs me because like these things go viral and it's just like a fucking picture with a bunch of fucking chips and they've got descriptions that give them some kind of character and people tag each other and they fall for it and it goes viral. It gets shares.
Chips?
Like chips, like Smith's chips. It might be like original salty and it'd be like salty boy.
Which one are you?
Yeah, which one are you? Tag your friend below. Like, but the
Your
thing
salt
is,
and vinegar.
It goes off.
I'm chicken.
Yeah, I'm like these are the ideas that we're passing around to each other. We're comparing ourselves to chips.
I'm a bit weird. I'm actually the tomato sauce flavor.
I'm the tomato sauce
Is it
guy,
like
'cause I'm
specific
quiet.
brands? So you're just falling for marketing.
It could be cartoon characters in a show. It could be brands. I've seen like
It's weird.
different types of food.
That's bottom of the barrel shit. Dude.
Yeah, I'm like, oh,
Tag what kind of food you are.
we get it. You're telling your friend that they have these characteristic traits, and
Yeah,
you're
just say it to them.
hiding it behind like a picture of an
Just
avocado.
tell your friend what you really think of them.
Yeah, just get drunk.
I think you're a
And
fucking
open
rotten
up.
banana.
You're a fucking rotten banana. You're a peely boy.
Take MDMA and just have a nice chat.
Yeah, have a nice chat in the corner of amber.
And I mean it.
Yeah,
Feel like your relationship is falling apart.
yeah,
Have a session.
yeah.
Therapy session.
Shit, yeah.
Shit, yeah, dude.
Do it, kids.
What was that? What was that study I was telling you about?
Just before the podcast.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. They found that. Here's a bit of science. Here's a segment. Lockie's science segment.
Fuck yeah.
I have no rhythm whatsoever. There was no rhythm in that beat. We'll get that
I
as a
vaguely
soundbite.
got what you were going for, though.
Yeah.
It's good.
I was trying not to. Anyway.
Yeah.
They found that they did a 10th month study, and they found that exercise was dramatically higher, had much higher efficacy for treating depression than standard SSRIs, which are selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors,
Yeah.
so antidepressants,
Yeah.
and at much lower relapse rate. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And it's just like, everyone always kind of knew that, but a 10-month study.
I think that what this says to me, in a way, which is part
Put it
of
in the show notes.
a wider narrative. Yeah, we can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is, and this ties into as well with my own experiences with things like depression and anxiety, is first of all, you get into a headspace where the things that you truly need to do to improve your mood and your life experience and whatever quality of life mentally, the things you actually really need to do that seem counterintuitive because of your mindset. And then we get into these habits of like wanting like eat, like we don't, it's a little bit of laziness too. Like we want the easy way, the easy solution, the easy way to fix it, when in reality, like, and that might be SSRIs, and you say, okay, I'll go and see a doctor and they'll say this, and we'll get onto like, you know, whatever it is, like Lexapro or something like that. But in reality, you actually need to get into this mindset of like, let's push myself to be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because we put these filters on things that we do, and we go, oh, that's too uncomfortable, that's too embarrassing, that's too scary, that's too whatever. Put in your own word.
Just change the frequency, just tune that frequency just a little bit.
So that's why I think people are so much more likely to go for the SSRIs, because it's the easy option, as opposed to like a strict, or not a strict, but even just a casual exercise routine. Like just go, put the effort in. It's uncomfortable. You
just
wake
as
up,
a start.
It's cold. I don't want to go running. Or I got home from work, I'm too tired, I don't want to go for a run. But do that. Push yourself, make yourself feel uncomfortable. It seems counterintuitive when you're in a depressive kind of rut, but just go and do it, and like it fucking has huge differences. Like it changes your whole outlook. That's also, I think, a big part of like what Tony Robbins was saying about when he wakes up and he's having a bad day.
Yeah.
So when Tony Robbins is having a bad day, everyone,
I know.
He wakes up, identifies that, goes, okay, sure.
He's a 7-foot god.
Yeah. And then he engages in an activity that pushes him and makes him extremely uncomfortable to kind of like trigger that instinctive, like, let's go, let's get up and go and do this. And it kind of like zomps him out of that mindset. So he was saying like he would go in like a, what's it called? Plunge pool, like extreme cold or extreme heat.
Cryo.
Yeah, cryo, or just go for a crazy run, just like really push yourself, or do a workout at home, body weight workout, just do some push-ups.
Throw yourself
sit-ups.
into it.
Yeah, just do something to break that kind of habitual thinking.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Because you do something if you do something that you know you don't want to do.
Yeah, it changes. It's like, oh, I just did something that before, like 45 minutes ago, seemed intolerable, unbearable, and definitely didn't seem like it would help me. But here I am 45 minutes later. And this is always a good thing. Like, ask yourself, if you've ever gone for a run, ever done an intense workout, have you ever turned around and said, oh, I didn't actually need that. I regret that.
Yeah.
That's never been said. No one's ever said that.
Yeah.
So go and do that stuff. It's hard. It's hard when you're in a depressive mindset to be like, this is what I need to do. But the more that you go and do these uncomfortable things, the more you reinforce in your mind that those things are what you need to do. And then when you get into future depressive mindsets, the easier it is for you to tell yourself, yeah, I need to do that. Because when I was depressed, a year ago, and I pushed myself and I went for a run, I felt better. And then that's positive reinforcement. And then now I'm depressed. I know how to deal with it. I've identified the feelings. I don't want to go to work. I don't want to, whatever it is. Push yourself, do something wild, and then you'll be fine.
Embrace that suffering.
Yeah.
Realize that it's a part of.
That's something I'm trying to do more, is like seek out discomfort. It's a philosophy that I'm slowly puzzling together, and I always compare it to like Halo for all the gamers out there. Like, if you seek discomfort, that's where you improve. That's where you push yourself out of your comfort zone. That's where you grow. It's like Halo in the sense that you always knew that you were going in the right direction. If you were lost in a level, you didn't know where to go. You always knew you were going in the right direction. If you were coming across aliens and there was conflict.
Yes. That's a very good analogy.
Yeah. If you were just running around in the map and there was nothing there, you'd be like, oh, where the fuck am I?
If you can't hear any of the grunts.
Yeah, you need to hear like,
yeah.
Go and kill some fucking aliens, guys.
If you're seeing dead bodies around, you're just rehashing the same territory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to keep breaking down walls, seeking discomfort, seeking conflict,
Shooting aliens.
Shoot some fucking aliens, guys. If you wake up and you feel shitty, shoot some aliens. Unless you're addicted to gaming, then go outside.
Here's something. Ever thought about this?
Mm.
Tony Robbins, Master Chief. Is there a difference?
No, not at all.
No. Be Master Chief. Be your own personal Master Chef. There's some science behind that whole sort of doing something intense to sort of reset your mind.
Yeah.
There's this inflammation that I think is like a big part of depression and a lot of other things. But there's this inflammatory marker called interleukin-6, which is just like something that they named it. They see that like people who are depressed have like low levels, like consistent levels of it, like but low, but chronically.
Yeah.
And they like it, but it shoots up massively when you do like sauna or like an intense workout, hot yoga, something like that, where you're like really, really putting your body under pressure.
Yeah.
Hormetic stress. And they find that when you do that huge leap, when they can see that huge leap into interleukin-6 in the plasma, I think, so the blood, that it actually resets the system and the chronic levels go down. So like, you know what I mean? So it's like a spring. So it's like, instead of being like they're good, no inflammation, it's like every day it's like a little bit because you're like stressed out, work shit.
Yeah.
You keep eating shit food every day, constantly inflaming your body.
Yeah.
Just little like asteroids hitting the surface.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But then you like do this huge reset and it like goes up massively and it springs back. That's sort of a way that they explain it.
Okay.
So it's like a spring, bang. So it sort of resets the system.
Yeah.
Things like, so
Sauna, hot yoga.
etc. Well, specifically, I think it was heat therapy, so like sauna.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it has the same characteristics as exercise, etc.
I need to
Isn't
find
that
a place.
interesting?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like the body knows what it needs to do. To let it know that you're still around, you're still alive. Because if you like sit around all day, like just kind of get stuck in the same habits, the same patterns every day.
Yeah.
And at some point your body's probably like, are we even still here?
Yeah. What
Are we still actually doing this? Are we still got a goal?
Yeah. Are we working towards something? We've got to be working towards something. What is it?
Yes.
I'm getting a bad back sitting down. I can't fucking sit down like that. I can't.
Yeah.
The longest I'll sit down is if I'm watching a fucking podcast. And like, oh yeah.
Or when you were dabbling with Uber. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll watch 3-hour podcasts like that, man. And on any topic. I'm just like so enthusiastic about like.
Do you listen?
What? Yeah. Intently.
Because then you can walk around and stuff when you're listening.
Oh, listening. Yeah. I'll listen normally in the car.
Yeah.
Also when I meditate, I listen to Terrence.
Terrence.
Because I found this fucking sweet psychedelic salon. You can check it out on the iTunes podcast app. They're
Fractal Universe. That's another good YouTube
This
channel.
one's a guy who's like remastered a whole bunch of Terrence McKenna lectures, so the quality's like pretty good. It's just nice to listen to. So I do that. But I've pretty much traded in Netflix and most television for watching podcasts, which is so much better. Like you're actually you're learning things, you're getting information, you're understanding how people work, really successful, influential, knowledgeable people from all different fields of life. You're learning all about that. Fucking trade that in for Netflix any day, man. I still dabble if I want to really switch off. But man, I almost can't even sit down and watch Netflix for more than an hour now. It's like, just can't.
Yeah. I mean, fiction content is good in the sense that it really can boil down like archetypes really well and like really human ingrained stories.
Yeah.
Things that are ingrained in our DNA. They're really good at that. But if you want to hear direct information, podcast is a way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. So I just want to learn whatever the fuck's going on.
It's just a more pure language communication.
And it's also, like I said to someone last night, actually, I said to my friend Doug, it's like, for me, it's like maybe 30% I'll sit and watch a podcast because I'm studying how they talk and how they like, and also on the production side, like when they're cutting and how they're recording and do they cut to wide shots? Like, how's the audio?
What's how's
the shots? Like, how are they all arranged? Like, I'm looking at all these things. It's about 30% of it, and then 70% I'm like, yeah, fucking keep talking about black holes. Let's do this. I want to know more. Like, how did you overcome these challenges in your life? Like, what do you do now? What are your routines? Like, super like orientated around like self-development.
Because you'd never get to talk to that person.
Yeah, we don't mingle with people like that day to day. You might have one or two mentors like that in your entire life.
Yeah.
And then you watch a podcast and there's thousands of episodes of like...
You just got them downloaded automatically to your phone.
Yeah. Well, like the power that these things have is unbelievable. And like, I want to sort of carry the flag for that. Like, get excited about podcasts, get excited about long format content that can deliver, super cool ideas, information, different tactics and ways to improve your life. And because there's always something we all need, like in that sense, we all need something. So there's definitely value there for everyone because there's so much diversity in podcasting as well. There's something for everyone for sure.
Yeah.
If you like neuroscience, go listen to Sam Harris. If you're more entrepreneurial, business minded, Tim Ferriss is good. Fuck it. If you like psychedelics, just go and listen to Terrence McKenna or whatever. Shane Moss.
Moss. Shouts out Shane Moss.
Yeah. Fuck. I'd love to get him on the pod.
I reckon he'd do it.
Dreaming. Yeah. No, yeah, I think so. If he's listening, I think we can get him on.
Yeah.
Next time you're in Perth, buddy, let's do it.
Yeah.
He'd be awesome. Because he's a real pioneer.
He is.
As well.
He's a great communicator he's pretty important. Yeah.
And a comedian. So he's got a good palette of...
Just a nice guy.
Yeah.
Shane, you're a nice guy. He's not listening.
Fuck it.
No, maybe he will. Maybe. One day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be the dream. I have all these like people I'm just like... like they represent milestones. Like if I could get this person on the podcast, that would be like, yeah.
Out there.
Talk footy.
No, it's Nick.
Yeah.
Get in touch.
Yeah, that's kind of a measurable. It's not like a realistically measurable sort of like progress thing, but it's kind of like a fantasizing measurable thing. Like I'm like, oh, if we can get this person, I think we could do that. I think we could get this person. And then if we can do that and we can sort of promote this right, get enough viewers, maybe we can jump it. We can go here. We can go here. And then and it's just like a chain, like a snakes and ladders of people that I'm like, and then there's people at the top and I'm just like, okay, I don't want to think too much about some of these people, but like in the back of my mind, I'm like, you know, if we can sort of bridge our way up, like we could get these people, you know, that'd be sick. And then if we did get those people, I'd be sitting across from the table talking to them. In the back of my head, I'm going, first of all, this is a sweet conversation that we're having with this person. It's exactly what I wanted from this person. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, fuck yeah, like we're hitting targets here. We're hitting targets. Yeah.
We shouldn't restrict our content though.
Yeah, no.
To try and get Nick Nat on the pod. Because I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's in their contract. What they can talk about.
Yeah. Oh, we'll blow the lid on it. We'll just talk about whatever we've got to talk about.
Yeah.
Definitely talk about footy. I'd have to get versed on footy.
That's so funny that you bring up Nick Nat like intermittently, but you don't really know anything about footy.
Nah, that's it. I'm just like that suggestion just comes from from a greater understanding of like, okay, well let's win over the Perth audience. Let's get people thinking about this. Nick Nat, he's a figure.
I love Nick Nat. Anyway.
I want to get Dusty Martin on the pod.
Dusty Martin?
And we can talk about floating.
Talk about... Yeah, it was weird. The article I read, it was like he floats in salt water. I'm like, that's float tanks, right? He wouldn't just be at the beach just like floating.
Yeah. That's like the AFL media trying to like understand something that they're like, what is this? Float tank? They quickly look it up.
Who's Dusty
Epsom
Martin?
salts. Oh, he's just floating in salt water, boys. That's all he's doing. And he's won the bloody Brownlow. Fuck yeah, boys. What a conversation, though. That'll break down so many stigmas around like footy and masculinity and stuff. Like Dusty Martin floats. Look at the bloke. He looks like he'd bloody knock you out if you walk past him in the side alley.
Yeah.
But he floats.
He meditates. The whole Richmond team meditates.
That's wild.
That's just a leg up, isn't it? If a team meditates, especially together. Wow, that's an advantage.
Kind of makes me want to rewatch like a lot of their games from the year when was it last season they won the grand final. Just so like footy illiterate. It was last season.
Yeah.
It makes me want to rewatch their games and then just think like, oh, they're meditating. Mm-hmm. Like look at the way they're playing. Look at the way they're moving.
Because they're not the most talented team.
Yeah,
they're like good players, but they got a lot of like just like
they gel. They work
players.
Together. Yeah.
That was funny bringing that up like last week in Nelson.
Yeah.
Who's Dusty Martin? Who's Dusty Martin? Well,
let me tell you.
He won the Brownlow.
Yeah. I think it clicked though for him. He's like, oh yeah, fucking of course.
Yeah.
Dusty. That's sick. I love that shit.
Next time he comes to play the Eagles, get him in.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
I feel like we'd have more luck. We're getting behind the scenes pod talk here, but it's all right. I feel like we'd have more luck with like a visiting team and the players from that team because like they probably wouldn't have as many ties to the media in like a foreign city as they would like in their home city.
I want to talk to Dusty.
Yeah, like
Dusty on or nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean like Dusty's probably not going to come here and go on like Nova or 2.9. He'd be like, I don't really have anyone to talk to here, so I'm just going to talk to these cunts.
Fuck Nova.
Yeah. Fuck commercial radio in general.
We've got to head to a break. See you in a sec.
We're going to head to a break and, we're going to hit you with some adverts. And after that, we're going to play Pink 6 times in the hour. And, enjoy.
I was trying to think of a Pink lyric, but I couldn't think of any. I think I try and like shove that shit out of my brain.
Yeah.
This episode is brought to you by Squarespace. What's one of the worst fucking songs that comes on commercial radio? I can think of the types of songs, but I can't think of any actual songs.
Hot and Cold by Katy Perry, man.
I love that song.
You like that song?
I like some pop music, dude.
I like some Katy Perry, but not that one.
But there's some pop music that's annoying. But
that one's saturated.
How does it go? You're hot and you're cold. Yes and no. Right. I think I devolved into some Bob Dylan then.
Hey, kiss the girl.
You're hot and you're cold. Ooh, he's trash. Fuck Bob Dylan, dude. I'll just come out and say it on pod. Fuck Bob Dylan.
Why's that?
Shit.
I'm not.
Listen to it. I listened to him.
Yeah.
And it gets into my ears and I'm like, oh, this is garbage. It's trash.
I don't know a Bob Dylan song. I probably do if I heard it.
Here's one. That's a segment of one.
Shit. Yeah. Trash.
Oh, yeah. Garbage.
Nah, so I'll be pretty impartial though, but what's the fundamental like reason for like Bob Dylan's trash? Like where's that?
His voice.
His voice is like coarse or just mumbly or
just the flow of it
his
and
lyrics
how
are poor.
It sounds. Yeah.
Mm.
Just the type of music. I'm not into that type of music anyway. So
Steven Tyler from Aerosmith though.
I don't really know much of their stuff.
Neither do I. I haven't listened to much of their stuff. I've watched their videos on YouTube purely because I just watched Steven Tyler off his face at a concert. I'm like, this is hilarious.
I'm sure if I tune into like 96 FM, they'll be playing some of that stuff.
Yeah.
Some of that old school stuff. Something your daddy listens to.
It's crazy what they were able to get away with. I'll show you fucking one of these videos after the podcast. If I can find it. Yeah.
If these guys were in their peak right now, they would be hashtagged out of existence.
Yeah.
So many like movements against them probably.
Yeah.
Because they were up to some shit, dude. Probably.
Oh, yeah. You can go on. There's videos of them, Steven Tyler performing. Yeah, and he was doing like, I walk this way. And it's like going around the stage and you could see in his eyes, he was just fucking gone. He was gone.
Glassed over.
But yeah, like how are you even singing? Dude. Get it together. And
it doesn't come from like the logical part of his brain, the music.
Yeah.
It just comes from somewhere. That's why he can be like fucked out of his mind.
Yeah. And he'd just be looking at the audience like just couldn't see anything. Just walk this way. The craziest thing is in this video that I'm going to try and find, they get a swing like a fucking trapeze, like with the bar and the two like lines of rope. He gets on that shit. He grabs it, runs off the stage. As he jumps off the stage, pulls his legs up over the top, goes like in a like kind of half circle around the audience. We're holding now just by his legs with his hands like high-fiving all the audience members, comes back around at pretty decent speed.
That's some Britney Spears shit.
And gets back to the stage,
pink shit,
hooks his legs and lands it and kind of almost fucks it up, but he doesn't. And I'm like, you're a fucking legend.
He's fucked off his head, the whole thing.
You could, before he does that, you see his face and he's like looking at one of the guitarists and he's just like, you can see in his head, he's busting out some lyrics and he's just like, you can just see he's like, we're in the zone. We're doing this. We're rocking. We are true rock and rollers.
Pushing what you can do with this existence.
It gives me anxiety to watch. I'm like, God, don't you feel like before the show you're kind of nervous? You're like, what if I like?
No, because he's fucked up. He's a rock star. Rock stars don't get nervous.
Yeah, they don't. They just like
Steven Tyler doesn't get nervous.
Yeah. Oh man, it's great. It's everything that rock and roll represents in that sense, like just totally like we're divergent thinking, behaving, and just going. We're doing what we want.
Almost garishly.
Yeah. We're bawling. We're doing all this, and we're bawling.
Bawling.
Have fun in your office cubicle. I'm making like a fucking 100 times what you're making, and I'm swinging around on stage, barely keeping it together. It's crazy.
Sometimes I think I want to be a rock star, but I probably wouldn't be able to handle it.
Hey, I want to be.
I went out last night and I wanted to go home at like 11:30. So
yeah, that's.
So I don't think
that
I
doesn't
could cut
tick
it as
the
a
rock star box. You got to. I feel like you go out and you're like, people have to like tell you like at 4 a.m. to like, dude, like go home. Okay, just fucking go home and get some sleep, man.
What are you talking about, man?
Or 6 a.m.
No one tells me what to do.
No one tells a rock star
I'm
what to
already
do.
falling into it. Tell me what to do, man. I'm partying all night.
All night. Yeah. That's a crazy feeling.
You know,
walk
it's
out
shit.
of a club.
Oh, sorry. Yep.
Oh, you walk out of a club
I
at
just
like
wanted to rant about
6 a.m.
That's the shit.
and then you walk down to the foreshore and people are like,
Hey, Mr. Security guy.
Exercising.
Hey, Mr. Bouncer, where's the sunset?
Sunrise? Where's the sunrise?
I always mix them up.
I've been underground dancing for the last 5 hours. Where's the sunrise?
Head east.
East. And then, yeah, you go down to the foreshore and like
They point their staff.
people
Head
are like
east.
walking their dogs and exercising. And you're just like walking
Sunday
along,
morning.
jeans, alcohol down your shorts or whatever, down your jeans
Down your
because you're wearing
shorts.
jeans. Like alcohol.
You've poured
Headache.
alcohol down your shorts.
Yeah. And you're just like walking along.
Because you thought that would be a good way to smuggle it out,
Yeah.
but you didn't really think it through.
And it's blatantly obvious. And you're like sitting there.
Sucking alcohol out of your underwear.
Yeah. You're the literal representation of the life decisions. Like you got people exercising and then you got a couple of fucking hardcore party animals like walking home and you just like look at the people exercising and you're like, yeah, I'm a piece of shit.
Yeah, I don't like that
I'm a
feeling.
piece of shit. Yeah. If I ever find myself at a club leaving at like 6 a.m, I'm going to avoid anywhere where there's like
Just get an Uber straight away.
public exercise equipment. Yeah. Straight in the Uber.
Or just go and work
Talk to
out.
me. Probably help you get to sleep.
Run home. Yeah. Why would you have a problem getting to sleep?
Oh, God knows, you know. Just that blood's been pumping for 6 hours. I don't know.
It's just the rhythm has got you.
Your ears are ringing. That could make it hard. There's a few factors involved.
Yeah. Your implant, your iPhone implant in your ear is ringing.
Oh, yeah.
People are calling you.
Yeah. You know how we sort of, I wonder if that's the thing that we might have like with the first implants, we might have like, if someone gets a call and you're like in like a busy area, like on a dance floor or something, and then like there's like 3 or 4 people on the phone as well, you get like disturbance and it's in your head just like, and you're like, fuck, sorry,
People
let me
talking
get
to you in your
outside.
head.
Or like the reception's bad, so you're talking to someone, but their voice is crackling, but it's all in your head, so you're just like this paranoid schizophrenic, like, sorry, just let me. Can you hear me? Let me get out here into better. I'll just climb that fucking mountain. Can you hear me?
Like,
People looking at you like, what?
Sorry, the reception's bad. I got to take my hat off. It's getting in the way.
I gotta take my tinfoil hat off.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can hear you way better now.
Because maybe the first chips aren't going to be like that great. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, probably. It'd be rudimentary.
I was thinking too, I was watching the Socceroos last night and I was thinking if we had microchips in our brain and we could communicate without spoken language, how's that going to affect sports? Because I was thinking like when you're playing a soccer game, you're communicating people, the ball's out wide, cross it in. If you're just thinking that, like, it might take it to another fucking level, man.
That's true.
You know?
That's
instantly, they just
flow
know
state
what's
with
happening.
ease. Group flow state with ease.
That'd be entertaining to watch.
It turns shit up to another level, but there might be an element of like, I kind of miss like working at this.
And imagine if
Instead of just having it with ease. Just
someone like hacks the chips of the players so that like any frequency can get in. So they're getting like 20, 30, 40,000 screaming fans of microchips in the head, all in their ears. And they're just like,
I guarantee that'd be illegal.
They're just like,
Keep down.
God, and the ball's just sitting there and all the players are just on their haunches like, Dangerous. Can you imagine going mad because you're just getting like millions of voices at once?
I can't shut it off.
Make it stop.
Get it off.
All the schizophrenics would be like, now you know.
Yeah, you know.
Now you know what it's like. And they'll be the ones that'll take over society because they know how to deal with it because they're used to it. And they're like, oh, it's all right. We get voices all the time, man. You just fucking talk to them for a little while. They go away, whatever.
Yeah. Then it won't be cool to be schizophrenic anymore because then everyone will be.
Yeah, the fad will be over.
The fad of being schizophrenic will be over.
Not that it's a fad. I've watched videos of people with schizophrenia, and it is frightening. It's frightening. You showed me some and I was like, oh yeah, I've seen that. Then I showed you. We
All those
watched some of
weird
the
videos.
same ones. Yeah. And they're talking to like a psychiatrist and they're just like,
The guy who plays the piano.
oh, dude.
They don't like me.
They don't like me because of the way that I sit.
Why don't they like you? Because of the way that I sit at the piano.
Yeah.
He's all shiny and shit. It's like, why are you so shiny, mate?
Yeah, that was weird. Maybe he had some.
He polished his face before he got on.
That was a tough one to watch because he was like he's basically explaining why people don't like him. And then he had no reasoning for it or anything that was like grounded in reality. But at the same time, as I'm watching, I felt like maybe he was going somewhere with it. Maybe there was a reason. Maybe he did sit weird at the piano and it wasn't like this idea in his head that wasn't real. And I was like, give me the juice. But it like left me kind of blue ball because I was like, maybe there is a reason. But at the end of it was just like, no, it's just in your head.
How weird do you have to be sitting at a piano for people to be like, I don't like that guy.
Yeah.
He's sitting weird at
He's
that
sitting
piano.
really fucking weird.
Just like this. Or,
I could handle that. I could even handle that. It would have to be so
playing
fucking
under
weird.
his leg like this.
Yeah, but I think that where it becomes weird is when you just act hell normal about it. Because then everyone's just like, hey, he's sitting weird, but he's like acting normal. This is weird.
Is this really flexible?
It's pretty damn
Don't do
flexible,
this.
man.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, there's another one with the schizophrenic sitting on like a park bench talking to a psychiatrist like in the yard or where he was like at this like mental health clinic or whatever. And he got up and like just abruptly left the interview because he just got up and he's like, I think someone's going to shoot me. I think someone's definitely going to shoot me now.
Whoa.
Sorry. I'm going to head inside. I think someone's about to shoot me.
That's a pretty casual thing to say. I think someone's
whoa.
about to shoot me.
Yeah, it was quite nice that he was like apologetic. He was like,
Sorry.
I'm sorry that I have to leave this interview, but someone's about to shoot me.
Someone's about to shoot me.
So if you don't mind, I'm just going to head indoors where they won't be able to shoot me anymore. If that's all right. We could probably do the interview inside, but just not here anymore because someone's about to shoot me.
What if they're inside as well? Oh, someone's going to shoot me in there too.
Well, I mean, they're actually inside. So, I mean,
Yeah.
wherever you go, you're fucked.
Yeah. We'll throw these videos in the show notes. You should check them out.
Yeah,
They don't like me because I sit weird at the piano.
Do you find yourself going on like YouTube binges where you just get into like the deepest, darkest shit? And you're like, what have I done?
I do with that one, like the examples of mental illnesses.
Yeah.
What else do I binge on YouTube? Like, I get deep into like, I used to get deep into, the other day I was getting into like plane crash videos.
Ooh.
I was like, I never like do this kind of YouTube binge.
Did you?
I was like clicking on like all those, the clickbaity thumbnails.
Yeah.
Like top 10 worst crashes ever. Why am I watching this?
Did you hit any like 9/11 footage, or was there like
No.
you bypassed
You would
that?
think.
Went straight to.
I think because it's just cliche.
yeah,
of
it's
course.
too mainstream. Everyone's seen it, man.
Of course.
Yeah.
They've got all their own videos. I've been through those videos as well. Those YouTube videos.
Those videos are powerful to watch. You're just like, holy shit. Holy shit. You see it, and you're like, this isn't, it's something so
Man, 9/11
out of
was
the
crazy.
ordinary. Yeah. Fuck yeah, it was. It's so out of the ordinary to see an aircraft full speed crashing into a skyscraper. You watch it and you're like,
Twice.
this is almost like a fucking trip right now, man. Like, what? Nah.
Like a fucking
What?
Salvia trip. a Datura trip.
That's kind of why I'm drawn to shit like that, to crazy ass videos that are so far from like the ordinary. Have you ever experienced stuff like that? You just like, even if you're like at Hungry Jack's in Fremantle, for instance, and a fight breaks out,
Yeah.
you're just like,
Not uncommon.
for a moment, you're just like, what? Wait, why? This doesn't fit in with what's the normal kind of ebb and flow of everyday reality. What?
Yeah.
I've seen some crazy shit, man.
I was at last weekend. I was at I went to Wolf Lane, which is like just a bar, just a nice place,
Yeah.
nice and dark and warm.
Yeah.
And we're about to go in, and this guy is getting dragged out, getting hold in that.
Ooh.
What's that? Where they get under the armpits?
Yeah.
I don't know what the maneuver is called, but yeah, just dragging him out. He's like screaming, like, "Fuck you, fuck you!
Whoa.
You don't know who I am." He's nobody.
Yeah.
He's like yelling at like this black bouncer, like, "You're not from here."
Oh.
But he's also like Scottish or something. He's got an accent. I'm like, what is going on here?
Fucking hell.
When he was yelling that, "You're not from here," I was like, please don't be a race thing. And I looked over, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Fuck. Just irate.
Yeah.
Glazed over eyes. Just ranting. You're a fucking cunt. You're all cunts. He's like, you're all pussies.
You fucking cunts.
You're all pussies.
Jesus.
And we walked into the bar and it was like, just a nice bar.
Just a
It's
nice.
like, what was this guy's dynamic with everyone? Why was he in here? It was like he came from a different reality.
Yeah.
And we walked in to a different, we just like walked in slightly differently through the door.
Yeah.
It was just a different world.
It's crazy.
He's
Hey?
probably harassing women.
Probably.
It's generally what gets you kicked out.
Yeah. The way that I always respond like quite proactively when shit like that goes down around me. Like there's
Fight
been
mode.
2 incidents. I actually tend more towards fight, but not like fight
But
or
just
flight
ready.
as in like run or start swinging at people.
Yeah.
I'm more fight as in act, not in cautiously of the incident and move away from it, but rather engage, not necessarily violently, but just like, whoa, what's going on? Like there's been times when I've just gotten between people at Hungry Jack's. I don't even fucking know them. Just like in between, just like, hey, like let's not just like fight each other randomly
You're a
because we're
vigilante.
drunk and we're like arguing over whose fucking chip just dropped on the floor or some fucking arbitrary shit.
You never know what the fight's about. It's just
Yeah.
like something fucking stupid.
Like there's 2 times I've chased people down, like been in busy places and seen someone who's stolen from a local shop and chased them down. And just like, I don't know why. I was just like, I like running, I guess. And like, this guy's digging something. And it just fucking boom, triggers me. Like there was one time I was at the Galleria. No, not the Galleria. Garden City.
Yeah.
Sitting down having some food at one of those like sushi restaurants that's kind of like in the middle of the walkway.
The City of Gardens.
Some dude just comes like running down through all the crowd, like all the people just moving back and forth through the shops. And a dude from Coles was chasing him, like a fat dude. I was like, you're not going to fucking catch this dude. And I ran up to the fat guy and was like, oh, did he steal something? And he was like, yeah. So I just chased him, caught up to him, and he jumped over this railing because it was like, you know, one of those like ramps where it like goes down one way and then bends around and comes back on itself. So you got like 2 sets of rails. He jumped over one of the rails. This is a legit true story if anyone's like, bullshit. I put my hands through the rails as he was coming back down and grabbed his backpack, and I just had him there
Fuck.
pulled up against he wasn't like a huge guy, and I sort of had like a good position, like my arms are on his backpack close to sort of down, maybe just above my hips rather. Yeah. And I just had him pinned there, and the guy from Coles came up to me and I was just like, and he was pissed. He was like, fuck, get off me, come on, you fucking, all right. Not
He
that
could
he was
just
like,
take the backpack off.
yeah. It was because it was so pushed. It was like pulled up again. He couldn't. His body weight was on against the strap, so he couldn't really get out of it. And then the Coles guy came over, and I was just like, "Sweet, do what you want to do with him." And I just went back and had my.
You moved on.
Yeah.
Never
But
been
it was
seen
interesting
again.
that I
Mystery vigilante.
yeah, it was interesting that I just like that was my first instinct, because when you see a situation like that, you're like, most people are usually stunned for a little while, but I was just like, I don't know why. I just like fucking the excitement of it or something. It was just like, I was like, let's chase this guy down. Like, this is fun. Chasing people with a cause is fun. I'm not just talking about chasey. I'm talking about like for some realistic, tangible like thing, like goal. It's like fucking yeah. It gets me
That's
right.
that's the primal DNA coming through.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
that's a wildebeest.
I'm meant to do that. I'm meant to fucking eat this motherfucker.
Is that an elk?
It's such a crazy experience, and it's cool because like you can't really go anywhere to get that experience. You just got to be like in the moment, and like
Just gotta wait for your moment to
sweet,
chase someone.
let's go.
You can chase people if you want.
Yeah,
Because
it's
some
just
people
weird.
will run.
Some people.
Some people will run.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
It's fun.
Do you remember when I got punched in the face?
Yeah.
Oh, the dude's running out of Subway.
Walking down James Street in Northbridge.
Yeah. Like three of them like sprint out of Subway all with bags in their hands. Like they'd stolen like subs or something.
Oh, how fucking
I was like, what are you doing?
pathetic.
And they just as he goes past, bang.
Yeah.
Like open fist.
You
Didn't
threw
really
your
hurt
shoe
at
at
all.
him, didn't you? Was it your shoe? You just like,
Yeah, because my shoe kicked off
Yeah.
while I was running and I was like, I'll just throw it at him.
yeah.
He threw an iced tea bottle at me. Like as if they didn't do anything.
Oh, we should have chased them down. We got caught up by the cops.
No, yeah, I
after
got
that,
grabbed by
didn't
the
we?
cops.
They're like, hey, what's going on? We're just
Yeah.
going to let them go. We're going to ask you what's going on.
Yeah.
Stupid asses.
Just let us work this out.
Yeah. If it would have been sick if, as a group, we'd all just been like, let's fuck that. Let's get them. And
I
we
don't think
chased them.
anyone else ran after them except for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember just
'Cause it
seeing
was
you
so
ahead
quick.
of me. You were just, I didn't even know what had happened until after. I saw you throw your shoe and I was like, oh, whoa. And then you came back and you're like, you were pretty riled up and you were like, yeah, fucking that cunt fucking hit me or whatever. And
It was so crazy. It's like such a surprise. What an unpredictable thing for someone to do.
yeah.
To be like simply like, hey, what are you doing? Because they're sprinting out of a Subway with bags in their hand. I think it was a reasonable question. Hey, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I didn't expect to get punched in the face. I think he got spooked. I spooked him.
Yeah.
He's like, this guy's going
to fucking kill me.
this guy's a vigilante.
Yeah. He's
I
wearing
can
a
see it
suit.
in his eyes.
I
I have to punch him.
can see the red spandex just peeking out over his shirt.
Yeah, no,
He's
that's just
ready.
my fetish.
Let's take him out. Let's take him out before he can tear it off and go full fucking
Yeah,
superhero on me. Damn.
I am a superhero.
Yeah. I could believe that.
That's what my mummy tells me. Oh,
This has been a pretty good sesh.
yeah.
116.
Do you have a closing sentiment?
Oh man, there's probably a lot I could say, but like,
Sorry for the question without notice.
oh yeah. No, I can deliver something. You know, I mean, don't steal from Subway.
Don't steal from Subway.
Don't punch people if you've just stolen from Subway. Like, come on.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest thing that I would say is that back on the depression thing as well, just fucking, yeah, go and shoot some aliens. Back to sort of in line with that metaphor.
Shoot your aliens.
Shoot your aliens. If we can, yeah, if we can spread that one, it'd be sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tony Robbins is Master Chief.
Yeah. He just put the suit away. You don't need the suit. Eventually you shed the suit and you truly ascend to the level of hero.
Mm-hmm.
He is a hero anyway.
Yeah.